Happy Monday, everybody. I'm in my gym gear because we're about to talk about sports, about health, about wellness, about nutrition. And I've got a phenomenal fitness coach. But before I even introduce him, I have to tell you about the app that you have to have on your phone. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have it on your phone right now, you're tripping. It's called My Dawa, and they have all these wellness and health products. They've got physical hygiene, they've got beauty and skincare products, and all you need to do is download the app or go to their website. That's www.mydawa.com. And what's really amazing is that they'll deliver it to your doorstep. And we've actually got a few people DMing us like, hey, do they actually bring it to where you are? Well, ladies and gentlemen, yes, they do. They bring it to your doorstep, they bring it to your office, wherever it is, they'll bring it to you. And the best part is that they also don't charge for delivery within Nairobi, which is a rarity in the city if you've ever ordered anything online. Now, our guest today is none other than Frankie Kiarie. He is a fitness coach and nutritionist. He's got an advanced diploma in sports nutrition, so he knows everything there is to know about body, about fitness, and about health. And that's exactly what we're diving into on today's show. So I have to start off with this comment that we got on our Instagram account, and that is, well, first of all, you better be following us on Instagram, Living With Ess. But the comment came from Jacqueline, and she said, I never lose weight. Instead, I keep gaining weight. I've gone to the gym, I've walked, I've danced at least twice a week, but nothing. Isn't that what a lot of people struggle with? That they feel like they do all these things, but for one reason or another, instead of losing weight and being this, like, you know, curvaceous, perfect body that you look forward to, it doesn't always work like that. But that's why we've got Frankie in the building right now.
What's up?
Hey.
No,
we can do a handshake. We can do like a
Good time.
Yeah. What? We're cool. We're lame. So, what do you think about that statement? What do you think about Jacqueline's struggle?
Yeah. So pretty much she's talked about working out, but she hasn't talked about nutrition. So we don't know what she's eating. And you know what happens when you work out? Your metabolism goes up. And if your metabolism goes up, you get hungrier. Okay. So she's probably actually eating more than she was before she started working out. And that's why she's even adding weight rather than losing weight.
Right. And again, I've heard this before, that diet is actually majority of the work.
Key. Like, it's everything.
Yeah. And I, in general, I guess I would say discipline is really what keeps you, you know, either sticking to your goals or not.
Consistency, actually.
Consistency.
But you can't be consistent if you don't enjoy it. So you have to enjoy it first for you to be consistent, for you to get results.
Okay, now I'm going to stop you there. Because I know there's a lot of people who are looking at the screens right now and being like, okay, Frankie, stop, you're trying it right there. No one enjoys the gym.
I love the gym.
Yeah, okay,
I love working out.
You are an anomaly. But do you know that? Do you know that you're an anomaly, that most people don't enjoy the gym?
I think for me, it's become an addiction. The same feeling I get when in love or angry is the same feeling I get. You know that adrenaline rush?
No.
It feels good, but like when you're angry, you feel good, but it's a weird feeling. That's what I feel when I work out.
I really wish I felt. I feel like I've been duped. I want to just have a conversation with God for a second and explain. I want him to explain why I don't have that feeling. I hear people talking about, I love working out, but I'm like, yeah, girl, no. Yeah, no, you actually don't. You just maybe like the results. Who loves working out? But the way you've described it, were you always like this?
Well, when I was growing up in an environment where sports was everything. Okay. Like, I played rugby pretty well, actually. I had a scholarship. I went to North Wales for playing rugby. I was in the school basketball team, football team, so I was very sporty. So that's all I knew. But it's something that I've enjoyed later in the years, because when I started off, you're being told by the coach, hey, go work out, go do this, go do that. So it's more of a task. But after a while, I was like, wait, I actually enjoy this, because now I'm doing something that I really, really like, weightlifting and things like that.
So what's the secret to enjoying a workout?
So
Yeah.
pretty much find out what works for you, right? You might like doing yoga, I might not. So if I try to do yoga, I'm not going to be consistent with it, right? But if I want longevity, I do something that works for me, something that I fancy, something that makes me happy, makes me look forward to actually going to the gym.
Okay. Frankie, let's go back to the weight loss question, which is something that a lot of people, I'm sure, come to you asking, hey, this is my situation, this is where I want to be. And often it's usually weight loss, not weight gain. So with that said, where should someone start if that is really their intention, to lose some weight?
Nutrition. So first, you check out your nutrition, because weight management in general, whether it's weight loss, weight gain, maintenance, it's all about calories in, calories out. So if you're trying to lose weight, you have to figure out, am I burning more than I'm consuming? So the calories coming in less than the calories going out.
Right. And is this where you then have to know your calories?
Exactly. And that's why I always tell guys to track their macros. Track your calories. Find out what is your baseline, what it takes just to sustain your body. For you to wake up in the morning, for you to go to work and all that, just to run your full day, how much calories do you require? Then from there, then you can know, okay, this is how much I burn. I burn 2,000 calories in a day. For me to add weight, I have to eat 500 above. For me to lose weight, I have to eat 500 below that.
So it's almost like a mathematical problem that you're trying to solve. I don't know why, for me, I don't like the idea of calories. I feel like you're being trapped into this very superficial world. But the way you've explained it now, and I'm not just saying this, but the way you've explained it, for the first time, it makes sense. And it's not this superficial, I'm going to check my calories and see.
No.
But it really is about understanding
It's the same way as your bank account. You're not going to spend money without knowing what's in your account. You have to first look at your account and say, hey, I have these bills I need to pay. Have I paid them? Yes. Okay, now I can indulge in this, and that. It's the same thing. It's just a budget.
Okay. Wow. That you've explained it perfectly. So now, aside from nutrition, then comes the workouts. So are there certain workouts that in general are just much better if you're looking to lose weight?
Yes. So anything that increases your heart rate is actually good for you. So if you're running, sprinting, jumping jacks, exactly, movements like that, explosive movements, skipping, things you can do in a long duration, and increasing your heart rate, right? That's the only way you can burn fat. Sport reducing is another thing that people usually talk about.
What's sport reducing?
Sport reducing now is targeting certain areas, which everyone wants to do.
That's what I want to do. I want to come and say, fix this, fix that, there's this. So what tips do you have for people who do that? Can you do that?
No, genetics plays a big role in it. So if you're the type of person to store fat around your waist first, if that's the first place fat goes, it's going to be the last place fat goes.
Wait, say it again. If
it's the first place fat goes when you're adding size, it'll be the last place fat goes.
How unfair.
Yeah, so
How unfair.
It's just genetics. And you always see like other ladies saying, oh, I always just get fat around my hips and my thighs, but I never get it on my waist. That's just genetics.
Wow, lucky.
There's nothing you can do about that,
Okay, so say for instance, this is your goal and you're determined and you've said, hey, I'm going to, come rain or shine, meet my 10 kilo goal. Like I'll, go down 10 kilos. What's the best way forward? Should you have a notebook and pen? Is there a timeline you should work with? Should you get a trainer? Like what would then be the next action to take?
What I usually tell my clients is change your lifestyle. First, change your lifestyle. Your lifestyle being how you function on a day-to-day. Is your lifestyle active? Are you going from home to the car, to the office, back to the car, back home?
Yeah, and by
change
home
that.
It's a couch, I'm
exactly,
guessing.
Yeah. Change that routine. So try walk to work. try, if you drive into work, park further than where you usually park so you can walk to work.
Okay.
And then when you get to work, use the stairs instead of the elevator.
Yeah.
So you can say, okay, I work on the 4th floor. The first week, I'll take the stairs to the first floor, then elevator to the next, right? The next week, 2nd floor.
Yeah.
Next week, 3rd floor, until you can be able to do 4 floors. So you're changing it slowly by slowly, rather than jumping into the gym, doing 2 hours, removing all your carbs and fats from your meals, and before you know it, you hate it.
Yeah, and you're so miserable.
Exactly,
and
you're
you
in
start-
pain, your muscles sore, and this way you're getting acquainted to that lifestyle. You're getting fitter. So even when you now sign up to the gym, you're feeling like, okay, I'm actually, you know, I'm used to it now.
Right, you're not starting from
Not
here.
starting from
You've
scratch.
sort of built some strength.
Yeah, and that's what you need. The main thing that kills people's morale is results, right?
Yeah.
They want those results quick.
Yeah.
So if you just pace yourself and you're enjoying it, you're not worried about the results. Because at least you know it's coming.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, so now that you've gone there, results. That's obviously, you know, a big part of this for a lot of people. I know that there's some who work out because it's fun or because they just feel good, and that's all they're looking to. If their body changes, well and good, but they're just looking to feel good. For those who have a goal in mind, what are some realistic timeframes to go with so that you don't have someone saying, hey, Frankie, it's been 2 weeks. Where are my abs?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
So after the first 2 months, you should be able to see the results.
Okay.
You should, not the results, but you're supposed to see some changes.
Yeah.
After 90 days, that's 3 months.
Yeah.
Everyone around you should be able to see something.
Okay.
But if you want hardcore like results which have stuck now and it's kind of hard for you to actually go back to your old life, at least a year of consistency, like back to back.
Wow, that's a long time. So how should one, what are some tips on being consistent and being disciplined? Because obviously, you know, people want this for themselves and they may start with the right intentions, but they fall off the wagon at some point.
Yeah. So what I preach is flexible dieting. That's number 1 rule, right?
What is that?
Flexible dieting. So as I was telling you about counting your macros, your macronutrients, your fats, protein, carbohydrates. So if you know those numbers and you know how much you require in a day for you to reach your goals, whether it's losing weight, adding weight, it's easy for you to actually eat healthy, but then have a small percentage of your calories to enjoy. So you can have maybe 80% or 75% of your calories being, you know, the healthy, nice, good foods. And then the rest, that 20%, you can have your ice cream, you can have your pizza, it keeps you sane, right? Yeah, because a lot of people, what they do is they cut off things. And if you tell a kid, don't go there, they want to go. So if you tell a grown-up, don't eat this type of things, you crave for it. It's just human nature. You start craving for it. But if you know you can have it, you might not even want it.
I love a flexible diet.
It's called flexible dieting.
And that all starts with understanding your macros.
Yeah, macronutrients.
Wow. Okay, but I guess that's where the nutritionist part in your career and your work comes into play, because you then guide people into what that looks like for them.
Yeah, we do the whole calculation. And everything.
Okay. So there's been all sorts of apps that have come into play. I mean, I see them all the time when I'm scrolling through Instagram. This one's telling me, just work out like this and everything will be fine. So what do you feel about those apps, and how practical is it to join something like that and be able to meet your weight goals?
Yeah. So it depends on what the app is actually selling. If they're just selling like workouts and movements that you can do, there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, you're keeping active. It's more calories burnt than you would have burnt if you weren't doing it. So that's fine. But if it's something else, like they're telling you, hey, consume just a grapefruit and a banana throughout the whole day and drink like 2 liters of water, then when it comes to nutrition, that's a sensitive matter. because you're dealing with someone's health and well-being. You need a number of nutrients for you to function properly. You don't want people to go fainting and passing out and having complications. So nutrition is quite sensitive. But if it's a workout app, go for it.
Okay, so at least it helps, because I've seen some that look so incredible, like the transformation before and afters are just out of this world. Speaking of before and after, and it takes us back to the question I was asking, how soon can you see the progress? Do you advise your clients to take pictures regularly, and if so, how often should you take them?
So at the start, we take your measurements, because that's like number one way to measure progress, your measurements.
Okay.
And then after that, we take pictures.
Okay.
So we take pictures of how you look at the beginning with the same clothes. And then after a month, we take another picture.
Okay.
We see how you're looking then. Then after that,
another
the next month. So we space it nicely. Give you a month so that you can have enough time to notice the changes. Or sometimes we don't even take those pictures, we only take it at the start, then randomly after maybe 3-4 months, I'm like, yo, especially when someone is feeling down, like, oh, this month I didn't even lose anything, but I'm like, okay, go home, take a picture, bring it back to me. They bring it back to me, then I'm like, okay, remember that picture we took 4 or 5 months ago? This is how you look now. And they're like, whoa. And that motivates you because you're like, whoa, okay, now I see the change.
Yeah, that's another great tip to try and take pictures consistent, every month or so, same clothes. And just to know that I'm getting to my goal must be so exciting.
Because sometimes it's actually hard to notice. It's very hard because you see yourself every day. So you're not going to notice it until you see your older pictures and you're like, whoa, okay, I came from far. Yeah,
it's funny you say that because I felt that was me when I was pregnant. I'd be like, I wasn't that big. Then I see my pictures, I'm like, y'all were lying. Everybody was lying. Okay, we have to take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment with more from Frankie. Welcome back, everybody. I'm with Frankie Kiarie, who is a fitness coach and nutritionist, and we have been talking all things workouts and weight loss specifically. We are at Oasis Gym at Aden Valley Service Departments, and this next segment we're getting into toning, which is something that you hear a lot of men mostly talking about, and bulking up. That's when I hear those words, I go straight to what a man might be asking for in the gym. Am I right? Or
yes. A lot of men do.
I often hear men do it. But more and more, I've been seeing other women do it, like Jeannie Mai, for instance, who's been talking about adding weight and bulking up. And at first, how she was nervous because she was always this, little lady. And now she's looking her body has completely transformed. So that's what I want to talk about. Because weight loss, we hear a lot of. Adding weight is what we don't hear. So what are your tips for someone who's like, what are you telling me why does this scale read that I'm heavier? What does that mean? Can you break down why it's okay to bulk?
So when you go through that shredding weight loss stage, right? You lose fat and you lose muscle. But you want to lose more fat than muscle, but you're going to lose muscle. So you'll reach a point where you look really tiny, right? A lot of people end up looking very slender. You look good with, like, let's say if you're top off or you're wearing a sports bra or whatever, you look good. But when you wear clothes, they kind of fit kind of loose, right? Because it's your first stage of losing weight. Now, what you do once you reach your goal, you now bulk up. So whatever muscle you've lost, you're trying to recover it by adding some size.
And why is it important to have the muscle?
So muscle is what helps with metabolism, and also you feel much better. Believe you me, when you're lean, like body fat percentage is so low, it's actually your most unhealthy size, right? Because your body fat reaches a point where it's too low and you end up feeling tired, you feel lethargic, you get headaches. Like when I'm really shredded, it's like the worst time. I'm weak, I can't do anything. Yes, I look good, but it's an extreme. You see, it's from one extreme to the other extreme.
Okay.
So you're trying to bring yourself back to that nice, juicy middle ground, right? So bulking up, now you're returning the size, but you're returning it with muscle now, right? So you've burned that fat off. Now you're bringing back the size with muscle. Muscle, you're not going to look the same as if you went from, let's say, if you're 65 and you go down to 55, then you come back up to 65 with muscle, you're not going to look the same way because muscle is way smaller than fat. I mean, fat, 1 kg can be this size, 1 kg of muscle can be that size. So, yes, you might be the same weight, but you look much more leaner, smaller, and much more compact. And your metabolism is running, so you can afford to eat more.
Right.
Yeah, so there are loads of benefits for it from adding muscle.
So when you say that, I can almost hear all the women who are like, that's really not for me. I don't want to come back looking like I'm Hulk and, and The Rock, and I don't want to look like that.
Yes.
But you're not saying that that's necessarily how you will look, right?
No,
do you get a lot of women who are a little nervous about it?
Oh yeah. A lot of women just say, I want to shed weight, I want to shed fat, I don't want to build muscle, but I tell them, okay, you can shed that fat, but understand that if you shed it too quick and you don't replace it with anything, like you don't replace the fat with the muscle, you're gonna have loose skin. Because you're burning fat, but there's nothing in between the skin and so you're not building anything. Yeah. So your skin is not going to be tight. That's what gives you that tight look, that toned look, having that muscle. Okay. So it's good to build muscle if you're burning fat. Yes.
Okay, so I want you to take us through like what that looks like. But before that, I have a question from one of our Instagram followers. Name is Mbone, and they asked, what is the best time to work out?
There is no time to work out.
Oh, really?
You can train anytime, anywhere, anyhow. Okay. Yeah, so it depends on what you prefer. Do you prefer working out early morning without anything in your stomach? Do you rather have a few meals inside you, then you can do your workout in the afternoon? Or do you have a busy day that you can only get time in the evening? It just depends on how your lifestyle is set up.
But should it be before or after breakfast?
It doesn't
matter. Okay. I have one more question before we jump onto the mats. I often hear, a lot of men talking about these shakes, protein shakes, and as a way of supplementing.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Yes.
For women as well, or how?
It should be just that, a supplement, not a substitute. A lot of people use it as a substitute. So they say, I'm not going to eat these things, I'm just going to take shakes. That's where you go wrong. You want to have, again, 70% of your nutrition coming from food, right? Actual whole meal food, right? And then you can have this small percentage from, your protein shakes and other things on the side. Okay. You can have your multivitamin, whatever. Okay. But make sure you have your greens. Make sure you have your fruits. Yeah.
Okay, so now I would love for you to show us what it looks like to tone every part of your body. Okay. So tell us what you...
So we start off with shoulders. Because we're starting from here, right? Every part of your body. So shoulders, arms, legs. We're not going to do stomach because we'll talk about stomach.
That's what I was most excited about.
We'll talk about stomach.
That's where I need all the help. Okay.
So.
Okay. Mine is, I just have 15 kilo dumbbells here.
I need you to come to this position.
Okay.
And then press up, control it down.
Press up.
Control it down.
Control means bring down slowly?
Yeah, you're controlling the negative. So this is the negative.
Okay.
A lot of people just drop it down.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You need your muscles to be awake and active.
Okay.
So control it.
And this is for the neck?
Down. This is for the shoulders. Yeah.
Why do I feel it on my arms?
Well, you will feel it on your arms, your triceps, but the primary muscle group is your shoulder. That gives you that wide look. It gives you that nice, not wide in a bad way.
See, already I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
So next one, bicep curls.
Okay.
This firms up your arms.
Oh, so my arms aren't on my body?
No, don't touch it, just slightly outside. And then curl up, palms facing upwards, curl, curl. Wow. That works the bicep.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Now, for the next one, body weight. We can use the dumbbells, but body weight is always best for the people who are at home, want to work out.
Yeah, that's good actually. Great
Yep.
option for...
So, I'll do the advanced, you do the the girly one.
Oh, okay. The girly one.
So the girly one is this one.
I can do the advanced one. I'll do just one of the advanced,
Yeah.
and then the rest will be girls.
So you come up like that and travel down.
Okay.
Come back up. Ooh. You can do it.
Yeah, just
Now do this one.
oh. Show off. Carry it. Okay, wait, actually let me try and do that.
Yeah? Don't crack your teeth. Ooh. That's good. So the next one,
Okay.
find a bench.
Wait, so I've got a
Yep.
question actually, because we
Yeah.
didn't talk about how many sets or reps that is.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, if you were a beginner, if you're doing the, that one
Yes.
for the shoulders, how many of those do you need to do?
So usually for like strength building and also muscle toning, you do between 12 to 15
Okay.
reps and 4 to 5 sets.
As a beginner?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just depends on the weight.
Okay.
So obviously
great.
you're going to do lighter weights, but
Yeah.
repetition has to be high.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that goes for even for everything?
Push-ups, everything that I've just shown you here, shoulder press, bicep curls, bench, push-ups as well.
Yeah.
All that.
Okay. So now we're on to
So,
something else?
Yeah, this is tricep dips. Find a bench if you're at home, find a couch.
Okay.
And then you just step forward slightly, not all the way out here,
Okay.
slightly forward,
Okay.
so that your lower back can actually touch the bench, right?
Okay.
And then when you're ready,
Yeah.
travel down, bend your elbows down,
How far?
90 degrees.
Okay, that.
Yeah, then come back up, squeeze at the top. Travel down, squeeze, yeah.
Okay.
Down, squeeze. There we go. So that's for your tricep.
Okay.
Right?
And what did we do earlier? Bicep?
Bicep.
Bicep?
Yeah, so we're going shoulder, bicep, chest, triceps.
Okay.
Right? So next after that, we'll do back.
Okay.
So back, if you're at the gym, grab the weights.
I think the back can be one of the most beautiful features in a person.
If you work it properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's so many sections to the back.
Oh,
There's
okay.
so many sections.
So which section are we
that
doing now?
This one is much more of like the meaty middle part.
Okay.
Of the back.
Okay.
Right? So you bend forward.
That looks like a squat?
No.
No?
A squat you'll travel down.
Okay.
This one you travel forward and arch your back.
Okay.
So you'll feel your hamstrings pulling, right? Feel your hamstrings pull? Slight bend on your knees. So keep your knees loose.
Okay.
And then you're pulling in.
Okay.
Pull in. And in.
Till how far?
Just 90.
Okay.
Yeah. But the common mistake with this, people pull with their hands.
So what,
You're
okay.
supposed to pull your back. Try imagine a walnut in the middle of your back.
Okay.
And you're trying to crack it.
Oh.
You're trying to crack it with your back.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So now you're squeezing your back.
You
Yeah.
are good.
Yes.
No, I totally get it.
So if you're at home,
yeah.
if you're at home, just grab a bag. Fill it up with books or shoes or anything. Single arm.
Oh.
It's the same
And
concept.
again, you're trying to.
Yeah, so now
like-
this one is just single. You're trying
Yeah.
to squeeze it in.
Yeah.
You're trying to bring it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Just picture that walnut.
Okay. And that's middle, literally.
That's the middle, meaty part of the back. There's also like the upper part, the rear delts. You can work that. And then there's the lower back.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's different movements for those ones. Right. So for the next one, we're doing legs.
Okay.
Squats. This is like the most common thing ever.
Right. Okay, let's
Hold
see how
it
you
in
hold
this
it.
position. Now, with the legs, this is shoulder width, right?
Yes.
So that's shoulder width.
Yeah.
Take a step outside shoulder width. And that's your squat stance,
Oh, okay.
right?
Got
and
it.
make sure your toes are slightly pointing out.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your knee has to always be behind your toe or in line with it.
Okay.
Don't take it forward. You take it forward like that, your heel goes up, and also you put pressure on your knee, and that's not good for you. You start having knee problems. So you're traveling down, and it's in line with that, right? And you hold it here, and you travel down as deep as you can. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. And then when you come up, you're squeezing.
Okay.
Squeezing up. And that's for your legs.
And I actually did feel it.
Yeah.
Like, but interesting, I thought squats were for your backside.
Everything. It's for the butt, for the hamstring. It depends on your positions, right? So if you do close stance, that works like the outer sweep.
Oh, okay. Oh, so,
So it gives you that.
But
yeah.
I felt it here.
Yeah, it gives you that sweep. Now, if you do wide,
Yeah.
you feel your
That's where I felt
inside,
it. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And again, if you do the normal stance, and if you go deeper,
Yeah.
you'll feel your butt.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're just targeting it.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And then, is that it, or do we have? That's it, the entire.
Yeah, you can do calves.
Or not?
You can do calves. A lot of people don't like calves, but calves you just find a raised edge like
Okay,
this.
like this?
Right?
Yeah.
And then you're just squeezing up, hold, bring it down.
Oh, and not all the way.
Squeeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Up, hold, and then bring it down. With calves, you have to do a lot of repetitions.
No, but I've already felt like a little tension.
You have to do like really high repetition. Reason being because you walk on them. When you're walking, you're doing that same motion, right? You're doing that when you're walking.
Yeah.
So your leg is used to that. Your calf is used to that. So you have to really, really hit it for it to actually notice. What you're
Okay.
doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Like we've gone entire body
Yeah.
toning. And again, it's not because you're trying to bulk up, it's
Nope.
because you want to ultimately look your best, and that's what it means.
Yes.
So tell me, what are some common misconceptions when it comes to whether it's adding weight, losing weight, toning muscles? What are some of the things that you often hear?
With adding weight, a lot of women say you're going to add like a lot of muscle, you're going to be too beefy. That is so wrong because as a man, I mean, for me, I've been working out for ages and I'm not like ridiculously beefy. Yeah, but
I also don't want to look like you. As great as you look, that's not what I feel like a lot of women are going for.
Yeah, but you see now, for me, I have testosterone.
Okay.
So that's like an added bonus.
Yeah.
And then for a female, you have estrogen. So before you actually reach to this level, you have to take some other stuff before you can actually get there. So you can never, ever put on too much muscle. Unless you're some genetic freak, Greek god, no way.
Okay.
There's no way for that. And when it comes to losing weight, what's the biggest misconception with losing weight? Well, a lot of people think they can do it quick. That's for certain. A lot of people think it's a 1 week, 2 week job. People come to me, hey, I have a wedding next month. I want to lose 10 kgs. And I'm like, get out of here. Yeah, so you just have to be realistic with your goals.
What about the pain?
And pain, yes. So usually a lot of people think the pain is constant. Every time you work out, You feel the same way you felt the first day.
Yeah.
No way. It's actually, it becomes enjoyable, right?
Right.
It's not an enjoyable pain. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's a nice feeling. It's what we call the pump. If you ask any gym goer, someone who works out religiously about the pump, you'll see how their eyes will light up.
And let me ask, does the pump come day one or is it like month 3?
Yeah,
Do you
so
start
day
to feel-
one is
yeah.
usually pain.
Okay.
Because you've noticed when you go to the gym the first day and you do vigorous workouts, one, you feel pain, you feel nausea, you feel sick. So it's the body rejecting the workout. Your body doesn't understand what's happening. So it's the same way like if you drink alcohol, your body rejects it. So you puke up alcohol, when you puke up you feel better.
Right.
But with this, if you puke, you don't feel better because you can't remove it. So your body is rejecting you.
Wow.
Until the next time, what's so amazing about our body is it adapts so quick, right? Yeah. So when you enter this stage of, I've done this workout and I've gone home and I've rested and I hated it, your body adapts to that. It says to you, okay, we've been put in this environment, we have to adapt to it. So that the next time when you go work out, you're like, oh, actually, it's not even that bad. Because your body has adapted to it. And you have to keep changing that's how I always tell my clients, after every month we have to do something different. I have to change your meal plan, I have to change your workouts because your body will adapt.
And isn't that just such an amazing thing?
It's crazy how our bodies are like.
how our bodies are.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I tell people the way you think is not the same way your body thinks. So you have to understand your body.
Okay, we've got to take yet another quick break, but we will be back in a moment. And this time we're diving into diet and nutrition with Frankie. Welcome back, everybody. I've got Frankie in the building, in the gym. And this segment, we're going to talk about health and nutrition specifically and diet, because like you said earlier, that's a huge part of it. In fact, you even said that's where you should start. Start by looking at your nutrition.
Yeah.
I want to know where you started, and I want you to take us through your journey, and specifically when you started to focus on fitness. What role did nutrition play in your, bulking up and physique and where you are today?
So this started, I think, when I was in uni. My career was supposed to be rugby. Like that's something I was supposed to be doing. Yeah. But I had issues with my knee, so doc told me, hey, if you want to lose your knee, keep playing rugby. So I had to take a step back. Okay. So I went back to the normal life. And all I knew was training and all that. Okay. But obviously the nutrition part of things, I wasn't too, savvy with. So when I was in uni, back in Liverpool, I used to train. And uni life, it's just going out, partying, drinking, eating anything. Yeah. Like we used to eat, as a student, we used to have China buffet night, right? Chinese buffet night. Yeah. So we would only eat on a Wednesday, and that Wednesday, so we'd go to the buffet, we'd eat from morning, right? So we go at 10, we'd eat from morning, just stay at the buffet because we already paid, and it's like £5. I think it was like £5. Yeah. We stay in the morning, eat all the way till 2, and then they had to kick us out because the shift for the next guys starts at 2 all the way till 10 at night. So we would stay there from 10 to 2, just consuming food. We would eat, rest, go to the bathroom, come back, eat. Because we were saving up money to buy shoes and clothes and go out partying. So that was like my student life. And I just, the second year, I was like, I can't be doing this. It's just crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. So I just started reading up on things. I mean, Google is your friend. Journals, I was just looking at journals. The biggest mistake which I did at first was I was looking at guys on YouTube. Granted, nowadays, a lot of people on YouTube are genuine, but back in the day, a lot of people were trying to sell their products and stuff like that. So the information I was getting wasn't the right one. But when I actually started looking at journals rather than magazines, then I started getting that knowledge, and I was like, wait, whoa, this is actually quite straightforward. Then I entered that strict the strict type of, you eat sweet potatoes, you eat boiled chicken, boiled fish, boiled, like I wasn't even flexible dieting like I do now. And I mean, I shredded nicely. I had the six-pack abs and everything, but I felt crap because one, I'm not enjoying it. Two, I would binge out because I can't have certain things. So on the weekends, I would have the chance to have these things. But then as I learned how macros worked, and then after my first degree, I did my master's, and when I was doing my master's, I was like, wait, I want to do this as a career. I want to train guys as a career. I mean, what I was studying in uni had nothing to do with nutrition. So I decided, hey, let me do an advanced diploma in sports nutrition, which now like took my thinking on nutrition to a different level. So I understood it to a T. And from there on, like, I could put on size and lose weight whenever, wherever, however I want to do it.
And do you find that easy?
It's crazy. Like right now, it's as easy as literally just waking up, going to work, and like it's just daily routine now.
Yeah.
It's a daily routine.
Okay, so what do you think of the word diet? What do you think of that?
Diet just basically means what you consume, what you eat, right? So if you eat burgers every day and fries, that's your diet. It doesn't mean this is what's going to help you lose weight. That's what a lot of people think dieting is. So they're like, oh, I don't want to diet. You're already dieting. You're eating things. So that's your diet. Yeah. So what I like talking about is a nutrition plan, right? A meal plan. Those are the things that I like talking about rather than just saying, hey, here's a diet.
I want to jump on the meal plan.
Yes.
Because I know that you used to have like a meal prep, which I know you're bringing back soon.
Yes.
So can you take us through what a meal prep is and why it's important for people to be on this if they want to take seriously their health and their weight goals?
Yeah. So most of the people who used to come to buy our meal plans, not the meal prep, the meal plans.
Meal plans.
The meal plans is pretty much where we write it down and send it to you as a PDF, right? And you have the structure and you make the foods yourself and all this. So a lot of people used to want that, and when we used to offer it to them, they would be like, oh, I'm a bachelor, I'm busy, blah, blah, blah. Don't have time to cook and all that. So I was like, okay, let's make it easy for you. Let me do the meal prep now for you. So now we actually take those things that we're showing you on that PDF and putting it now into containers, delivering it to your house, and you actually just throwing it in the microwave and consuming it. Everything is tracked, your calories, your macronutrients, everything is tracked.
And why is that
the benefits of that is, the benefits of that is, one, it's easier, convenience, right? You have structure, right? What happens when you go to the office and you haven't packed your meals or whatever, you find out you've worked for a certain amount of hours, so you're eating a late lunch, and you want to eat it really quick, so you don't have time to look for healthy options because you're hungry. You start thinking with your eyes rather than your mind, So you're just saying, I want something quick, something nice, go to Java or whatever, and you just order something real quick, eat it, and you don't know what's in it, right? You don't know what you're getting from that. You don't know how much calories it's in there. You don't know how it's going to help you. You don't know anything. But with this, it's calculated. You know, this meal has 200, 500
You've
calories.
already done your math.
Yeah.
The math that you broke down is important.
Exactly.
You already understand that. So it's like easy.
Yeah.
You almost can be like, today I'm going to go for that. Today I'll do this.
Exactly.
I hear you.
And
it
even on the
saves time.
container, it's written there how many calories in each, how many carbohydrates, fats, and protein.
Right.
So you know which one to pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have another question. This one was from Twitter, and it's from The Dawn. And they asked, how many meals a day should one take on a mission to lose weight?
How many meals a day?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing that we need to understand is meals don't really matter, right? It's the calories that matters, right? So if I'm supposed to have 2,000 calories in a day, I can have 2,000 calories in one meal. I can have it in 2 meals. I can have it in 7 meals.
So, but what would you advise? Because I don't, one meal doesn't sound,
It's actually all right to have.
one meal?
Yes, it's actually all right to do that.
So you have one meal a day?
There was a time I wanted to compete, I wanted to step on stage. I used to do what a lot of people have been talking about nowadays, intermittent fasting. Right?
I've heard a lot about that,
Yes.
and I'll ask you to break it down in a bit, but go on.
But it's the same thing. So I used to save all my calories for later on in the evening. So that was my eating window. And I'd have 2 meals, but 2 big meals. I'd have 1,000 calories in 2 meals. So 1,000, and I'm done with my day. Or sometimes if I'm really hungry, I'll do 2,000. Yes.
So what does a 2,000 calorie meal look like?
You don't want to know. It's
Like
a
break
lot.
it down. Is it like a large pizza?
Actually, I posted a video on my Instagram of a big meal. It was a platter, a Subway platter, and I had it in, I think I ate it in 90 minutes.
90.
Yes, I watched a whole football game just eating it. It took me a while, but yeah.
That was your 2,000 calories.
Yes. So
Wow.
It's
Okay.
a lot. I'm not advising people to do that.
Right.
I'm just saying it doesn't really matter
Right.
how many meals you consume, right? All that matters is have you consumed it?
Yeah.
If I give you 1 million right now, or give you, 200, are you not getting 1 million at the end of the day?
Right.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Understand the calories.
Exactly.
Explain what intermittent fasting is.
Right. So intermittent fasting, a lot of people think is a way to help you. Actually, it's a way to burn fat, right?
Okay.
It's not. Because what you're supposed to do is you're fasting for 16 hours.
Yeah.
16 hours, your sleep is included,
Okay.
right? So you're fasting for 16 hours. So let's say your first meal will be at around 3 p.m. That's when you can now start your eating window. So 3 p.m. all the way to 8 p.m. is your window.
Yeah.
So fast for 16, eat for 8,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But what happens with that is if you're eating above your calories, whether you're fasting or not, you're still going to add weight. It's just, what it does is it helps you make calories feel a lot. Do you get? So if you are used to eating 3,000 calories and that's like, you're full, you're feeling good, then you start losing weight. You're saying, okay, let me start losing weight. So I go on a deficit. I go on to 2,200. It's not normal for you to eat 2,200, so you're always hungry.
Right.
So what you do, you push your meals, and people are usually hungry when? At night.
Yeah.
So you push your meals to later in the evening so that when you're eating your calories then, you feel fuller. In your mind, you feel fuller because you've compressed it into a certain...
Wow.
Yeah. It's just a way to trick your mind.
Interesting.
And within that fasting period, what you're doing is just drinking water.
Yeah.
All the way till 3. Drink. So you drink at least even like 3 liters by the time you start your first meal. So that when you're consuming your meals, you don't feel hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. The things, it's interesting how you can trick your body and your mind. I'm going to paint a scenario and I want you to break it down.
Yes.
So what happens if someone has been a stickler to their workout routine, but for a reason or another, they get distracted, maybe work is too much, maybe there's something happening at home, and they fall off the wagon. What's the best way to jump back on?
Yeah. I would actually advise just don't fall off, because gym is like, for me, it's a getaway. Like if I have issues with anything, I come to the gym, right? I come to the gym. So it should be your getaway. If work is too much, try to find a way you can incorporate that workout within that working period, right? You can always find 20 minutes.
Right, at the very minimum.
At the very minimum, you should be always able to get 20 minutes somewhere.
Okay.
So once you get that, then you can work out and then find another way to, okay, I'm going to have this days where I can do my full workouts, but on the days I can't, 20 minutes minimum.
Okay. Second scenario. You know, okay, you talked about it, that, you know, obviously when you go to the gym, your body goes through all these pains. But how do you know when the pain is just a result of your muscles doing its thing and, ooh, this is actually something that's going to injure you? How do you know how far to push?
Usually when it's like an injury pain, it's usually like sharp and abrupt. Like when you're doing something, you feel, ooh, and it's really sharp pain, that means, okay, there's probably something there.
Okay.
When it comes to just actual muscle pain, it's, from a workout, it's usually like just tightness. You feel tight, you feel your legs are tight, and then when you're moving it, it's like pain. It's constant pain. It's not like excruciating, but it's like uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. With that, you just need to move a lot. You need to move a lot for that pain to go. What people do is they sit a lot. Yeah, and then
I'm just like, I already am seeing my couch.
You need blood to move in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Final question. You use a lot of these hashtags. Hashtag the more you eat, hashtag the more you burn.
Yeah.
Is that important to you, or is that something that you think should happen and you're telling people, hey, the more you eat, the more you should burn? Or
does that tie into frequency? Because a lot of people do believe that the more frequent you eat, the more you burn. However, if you consume a certain amount of food, your body realizes that we're getting enough calories, so it doesn't need to hold on to calories, right? What happens is if you're consuming really low calories, you end up saving it. Your body ends up saving it, right? The scenario of two people, they're both in school, one person gets, let's say, 200K from their parents every month. This other person gets randomly 1 month 10K, another month maybe 2K, then another month they don't get anything. Who's gonna save more? The person who doesn't have,
it's not consistent.
They don't know when it's gonna come back again, so they save. This other person's gonna blow their money because they know next month I'm getting another 200K. So it's the same thing. That's how your body works. So if you're giving your body a little bit of food, storing. It's
what?
Gross. Yes.
Wait, that can't be real.
Yes. It's called starvation mode.
But is that also, you know, meant for people who are in the gym, not the more you eat and you sit and
no.
sit,
you
right?
have to be active.
You have to be active.
If you're just sitting around, yes, it'll store.
Yeah, because I was afraid that some people who are like, what? That's the key to a great body?
You'll have to, because what happens is you're pushing your body to a point where it needs to survive. Your body doesn't care if you have abs. It just cares about survival. And what helps it survive? Energy. And what is energy? Fat. So it just stores fat. It needs to store fat to create energy. But if you're giving it calories, it doesn't need to store it. It burns it.
Woo! You have dropped some gems today, Frankie. You've really explained a lot of the myths or theories around working out in a way that I was able to understand it. Like, you're really good. You break it down really, really well. So thank you. Thank you for that. Where can people find you?
On Instagram, Just Gym It. There's Just Gym It, and there's Just Gym It _nutrition. And then my personal one is Frankie _Just Gym It.
Hello. There you go. No excuses. I bet we're all going to go check out that video that you talked about where you were eating, just to be like, what exactly did that plate look like? And while you're there, you might as well just follow us, Living With Ess, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. For now, I'm just going to love you and leave you. And I'll probably try and keep up with Frankie over here a little bit. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Bye, everybody.